Coach Gallagher, we're here. 2026 season is upon us. Just give me your thoughts on just what you've seen from the boys during the summer and the first week of practice.
We've had a good summer participation, and the amount of attendance we had just kind of with our summer stuff has been really good. Lots of bodies in the weight room and on some of the stuff we did on the field all summer. So it's been good. You know, we had a successful year last year, and we're losing some key pieces, so it's been important. Really starting in January with some of those younger kids, getting bigger and stronger and faster in the weight room, and then having the opportunity this summer and here in this first week to, put some of that into play and start to learn the difference between, what we're trying to accomplish Friday nights and what happens before that.
Reflect a little bit on last season. Obviously, a semifinal run all the way to the Class 1 semis. Ran into a really good Tipton team who ended up becoming the Class 1 state champions. Just your thoughts on just last season, how special of a run that was.
It was a lot of fun. It was a special group of kids. A lot of those boys that were seniors last year, had played since they were freshmen or sophomores, and they'd taken their fair share of hits in the mouth and big losses, but they stuck with it. They bought in both to the weight room and kind of to what we were trying to accomplish, both in practice and then Friday nights. And then, the biggest thing that they showed, I think, last year, what made it so special was how much we improved throughout the year. We went out early in the year and got our butts kicked week one, and we had every opportunity several times throughout the year to shut it down, and we just continued to get better and we were playing our best ball at the end of the year, and I think that's all you can ask.
Got a group of seniors this year that were absolutely key contributors to this run that you guys made. Kind of talk about some of those guys.
Yeah, we have several starters back. Similar to what we had last year, we have some guys that have played a lot of football for us. Blaze Masoner, Brady McMillan, Xander Schroyer, Quinn Vincent. I'm sure I'm going to forget some. Mark Sanders. All these guys have played key roles for us for sure last year, and a lot of them even the year before that. And so on one end, we have a lot of experience, and they've had the opportunity to learn and make some mistakes over the last few years, and it's their job to be even better this year, but also they have to continue to show the younger kids how it's done, how we prepare, and bring along a group of inexperienced players.
Talk about some of these younger kids that you've been impressed with throughout the summer and throughout practice here.
We really have a really great group. We have a bunch of sophomores on the team. We had a huge freshman class last year. We got, I think, about 15 or 16 sophomores on the team, and it's a really good group. And then we've got some nice freshman contributors. And so, all the way across the board, that's a good group. And they were able to kind of stay out of the fold last year and grow up and kind of see how it was going because we were such an older team. And so there's a lot of potential within that group. Some of them are going to be more relied upon this year than others. But at the end of the day, I think from top to bottom, freshman through sophomore, even some of the juniors that haven't gotten on the field a whole lot, we can expect good things from them in the coming years.
What an improvement from year one to year two for you personally in this football team. Kind of talk about just what you've learned from year one to year two.
I think that's a tough question. Just to stick with it, I think we have a great, maybe one of the best staffs you can get at Class 1. We have a group of coaches that are really in it for the right reasons and that love the work, the grind of what being a football coach is. They like watching film, they like breaking it down, they like finding things, and we work well together. And so, I think it comes down to, as a staff, just trusting what we're trying to achieve, even when things necessarily aren't going our way. And then also,
give me three guys.
Communicating. What do we need to change? What needs to be different? And trusting, again, going back to trusting each other that we believe the approach we're taking is the right one.
For you, obviously, you guys want to take that next step in 2026. You guys got a little bit of taste of what it was like to make that big playoff run. What do you feel like this team's going to have to do this season in order to take that next step?
This team, a little bit different than last year's team, is going to have to just continue to get better each week. We have some positions on the field where kids have not played a lot of varsity football, and so I think we're a very capable group, but it's not going to go great every single play. And some of those younger kids, and even the younger kids are going to have to, put the bad plays behind them, continue to get better, be their best at the end of the season. And then the older kids, are going to have to really lead, show the way, this is how we do it. This is how we get where we want to go. So you kind of have to get it from both ends here, as opposed to just a big core group that's been playing together. We're going to have to get the good ones that are around pulling from the top, and the younger guys have got to climb on their own.